I don't know how much of WrestleDream we want to talk about, but I do. We have to discuss. This it's a real the main event. It's a this is the changing of the guard. I mean, it went from Bryan Danielson final countdown in to getting look at he. This is the worst I seen Bryan. He looked dead,
He
and
got choked out.
then you said what?
He got choked out, Cal.
Well, he got choked out. Let me ask a question. Did you think that the end of this was going to be Danielson getting the ref stopping the match because of a chokeout?
No, I knew he was. I knew he was going down
You knew he was losing.
for sure.
You knew, and I knew that his man's was going to. Although I don't understand because no, just do that. Like he was really talking to Bryan Danielson, like, "Hey man, I'm sorry, I got to do what I got to do."
I don't. So I'll say that I don't know how anybody else feels about this. I don't think we spoke about this actually.
No,
I have. I've not been a fan of Wheeler Yuta.
why?
I just don't. I'm just not a fan of him. It's
I
nothing.
understand.
It's not nothing really stands out to me with him.
I was gonna say it's not much to be a fan of. No
Yeah.
disrespect, but they
No,
don't
it's
really give him much.
no disrespect at all. I don't. To me, it sounds like he's one of the key elements in this, and I don't like that part of it. I'm
Well,
not
it
saying that it's going to be bad because I like the way that they're going. I just don't like. I don't like feeling like he's going to be one of the guys that the light is shining on.
Yuta.
Well, I think he's built up from the mold of what makes Daniel Bryan like Daniel Bryan, the great wrestler, not the total package that everybody loves,
I'm with you.
but he's from the ilk of that technical in-ring grappler, catch can type of performer,
I'm with you.
right? Now, what makes Daniel Bryan great is he is backpack hip hop meets top 40 hip hop.
He's most deaf.
He's able to do that seamlessly. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
what makes him great.
Or
Is
Eminem.
it's actually probably more him because of he's done it at the
Right. He
highest
had the
level.
highest.
Wait, is Bryan Danielson the Eminem of
He
pro
might be
wrestling?
Eminem. He might be Eminem.
That's his hip hop equivalent. It
I,
would
I
make
it makes sense to me. He's technically nice. He can give you the hits. You know what I'm saying?
giving you
I
hits
like
over years. I mean, it's not like he just got around.
that.
Was probably a little more not as respected at one point, and it took him a little bit to really start getting that shine.
Nah, I could blame Will or Kivas.
Well, it the main I watched this. Shouts out to everybody on the patreon.com/Black Wrestling. I watched this, and at the end of the match, I was like, this was good, but it wasn't the banger that I was hoping for. I figured the final countdown for Bryan Danielson. I liked the way they started, where they was playing the music while they was fighting and everything. Like the music was still playing while they was beating each other ass. But at a certain point, it felt more like this is the Jon Moxley next iteration story, and not so much. It didn't really feel like this story was as emphasized with the two of them butting heads as opposed to it was getting Jon Moxley to
Right.
where he's going to be going for the next however
Right.
many months as champion. Which and not to say that that was a wrong decision because this wasn't a I don't think this is a goodbye from Bryan Danielson. It's more of a
Correct.
see you in a little bit.
But
Um,
you, pardon me,
They played
Cal.
with
Good.
words. They played with words.
But you gave him the closeout, winning the title. That was his closeout.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I think like it would be different if if Moxley came back and his story was fuck whatever's going on. Bryan Danielson, you're the guy. Moxley came back with Marina Shafir, and it was Tony Schiavone. You guys fucking up with AEW, and even to this day, Tony Schiavone still don't really know what that means. He'll mention on a commentary like he said it to me, and I don't know. And at a certain point, it became Darby Allin. You're not good enough. I need to be the guy wrestling Bryan Danielson. And then that became a Blackpool Combat Club thing, and they made it. Because if you look at the opening video package for the match, it feels like that was what they were building, but that was actually more tacked on later in this development of the matches. Because Moxley wasn't even supposed to have this match. He had to beat Darby Allin for it however many weeks ago to even get the title. And even then, it wasn't, I need to get this to beat Bryan Danielson ass once and for all. It was, I need to get this to win the title so I can right the wrongs of whatever AEW is. Right. That's my main thing. I do wish it was a little more about the two of them and really building that up as opposed to whatever addendum tack on it is. But it could just be me.
I think it's a thing where Daniel Bryan is he's getting out of the way. He knows he can't do this every week, and they kept playing with the words. They kept saying end of full-time competition.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which, you know what I mean, that's going to always leave that cellar door open. Right. Where, you know what I mean, he can come back and dip and dab. Because his thing is, he loves wrestling, but it's always important for him to, get over the next guy. And I think that's the Wheeler Yuta element of this. Because Moxley is the only person in that company right now with enough cachet and sports entertainer like acumen, like able to be kind of both sides of it, not just being in that wrestling.
Right.
You know what I mean? To give him something, worthy of what supposedly is his last match.
Yeah. No, I mean,
we know better. That nigga ain't. Because when we get that last match, it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be like tears and a wife, and it being actually about him as opposed to about really the company moving on.
Yeah, this definitely doesn't feel like it. I don't even think this is an end to the story. Again, I definitely at a certain point could see Wheeler Yuta being fed up with being a part of Blackpool. And eventually maybe teaming with, like, he needs to take on Moxley and Claudio and Bryan Danielson returns and he's a part of the match or whatever. Because Bryan Danielson going to be around. The word on road is that he's going to take care of whatever legit neck situation he has. And that'll be the last thing. That's it for him for this year. But there's no plans of him, like, currently shopping around to try and get a deal somewhere else. I'm assuming he'll probably be a with AEW at least for a little bit behind the scenes when he feels comfortable being done with wrestling. But I don't know.
I almost feel like the conversation becomes like, I feel like what you were kind of alluding to is him getting in that Hall of Fame or last one. And I feel like what'll happen is I feel like he'll get into WWE's Hall of Fame, but I feel like by that time they'll be able to coexist and him be.
You can see some of that stuff in the package and stuff like that, or
like I think they would send him over. Like I would like as a commissioner if they say, yo, we want to put him in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
I think AEW would be like, yeah, that's fine, and I don't think they would have a problem with doing it.